good day. I am walking home from my in-laws after a nice dinner. So my wife took off without me. Actually, no, I told her I would walk home. Gotta get the steps in today. I haven't walked for 2 days. And that is bad because it's so easy to get out of the habit. I think it's between 2 and 4 degrees. Fairly calm, a little bit chilly tonight. But we're gonna just walk back home and it'll be an urban trip. From a driving perspective, this is about a 5-kilometer walk. So we'll see what it is. Or sorry, it's a 5-kilometer drive. I won't be taking the most direct route, but it would be not the same route as driving either, so we'll see how it balances out. So far, a lot of the ice has gone off the sidewalks. Gotta watch for spaces like that, though, where it's oozing out of a crack. You don't want anybody to be unseen in front of that shed or shop. Never seen such a brightly lit garage. I don't say this lightly, but I think my in-laws live in a bit of a sketchy neighborhood now. These older neighborhoods don't seem to be lit as well as where I live. I guess if I was on that side of the street, the sidewalk would have more lights on it, but over here it's relying on the reflection of lights across the street. These side paths look to be lit better than the main sidewalks. I'm going to carry on the main way though until I get to the street where I need to start heading west. A little bit chillier tonight than it has been for the last few days. Of course, my last bunch of walks have been during the daytime, so that was a good thing. Boy, the sidewalks along here are really gone for shit. They all look like they have the San Andreas Fault running through them. This is the neighborhood of Primrose. So a little bit of an older neighborhood, probably 40, 50 years old. Some parts of it are starting to show signs of age. And that is Lee Gardens. Pretty good Chinese food there. Sometimes inconsistent, and we've had an occasion or two where they've forgotten a dish, but overall the food's okay for Western Chinese food. I might have to go to the other side of the street because this side's got lots of ice on it. Had a rough day at work today. Seems like anytime I needed to get something done, there was a meeting to be had, and then the things I needed to get done fought me the whole way. Kind of sucks the life out of a guy. I was trying to put in a piece of equipment, and we have these spring clips, which is basically a clip that fits in a square hole and has a nut in it. And the clips would pop out, and the clips didn't fit the screws, and I'm trying to balance a piece of heavy equipment with my arm. And I was not happy. People really don't keep their houses lit around here. LED bulbs don't draw much power, and I think it's just good security to at least have your house lit up. POV. Somebody's got their wood-burning fireplace going though. It smells nice. This is turning out to be a busy road. For a residential neighborhood anyways. So the peace and quiet level is down to 5. With that dog barking, it's down to 4. Urban noise though. And I could sure hear the roar of the Anthony Henday off to the west. A lot of snow has disappeared, but I sure would be glad when I can wash a vehicle and it'll stay clean for 5 minutes. A lot of the snow is gone on the south-facing spaces and on the bigger main roads, but there's still a lot of big puddles around. And the potholes, oh my God, some of them are so big to swallow up your car. I've seen this car before, and I don't know, kind of turned it into a limousine or something from a Firebird. Personally, I think that's an abomination. He's had it around for a long time. I've seen it there for years. I don't know if they took a house down there as part of the LRT project or what. But the noise of that friggin' generator running 24 hours a day would start to drive me insane though. This house used to be my wife's dance teacher back when she was 14 or 15 years old. Big ice here. Thanks for the warning there. I think I actually helped them move into that house. I happened to come up from Calgary and my timing is great because I got to help them move. Well, my in-laws were feeding me for free and gave me a bed, so I guess I can't complain about that too much. Laying the foundation and getting the tracks in for the LRT. It's going to come straight through there, head towards the mall. Bit of a maze around here when you're walking. Got to duck from one street to the other to accommodate where they've opened and closed sidewalks for the LRT build. Main road, so it's going to get pretty noisy along here, and especially when I cross over the Anthony Henday. I have to admit though, this is quite a bit nicer than that day I walked to pick up my rental car when it was minus 25 with a wind chill and ankle deep snow. This is the path I took heading the opposite way. It's the little positive things, right? Keep you going. Rats. Just missed the light. I guess I'll be waiting. Helps me catch my breath after walking up this hill though. I swear this LRT they're still getting paid by the hour to get this job done. I know it's a complex project, but it just seems like the way they went about it to destroy everything between here and downtown. And just to have it going so slowly. Our city has a long-standing tradition of mismanaging projects or hiring contractors and engineers that can't take something to completion. So I have little respect for their capabilities in that regard. Condition they left a lot of the roads in on their construction areas is just mind-boggling. Like I swear the suspension on my Jeep was aged 10 times since I've had to drive that route downtown. The alternative is to go out of my way 15 minutes to try and avoid it. About fast tracking some of the construction, but it would create even greater road closures and stuff, and I'm like, how could it get any worse than it already is, the mess you've made? I'm just sorry I'm paying my property taxes to this location. And even if they get the construction done, doesn't mean they'll have trains running. South leg of our LRT, it took them like 2 years just to get the signaling and the safety measures working and the programming. I don't have high hopes for this project. I'm going to assume I'll be retired before this will ever be done. Well, I think I'm about halfway now. I'm across the bridge. I'm out of the hood. Back into safe territory. I'm just kidding. I don't think their neighborhood is that bad. We've all had crime in our neighborhoods, no matter where you live in this city. This will probably be a good effort for me today. I did quite a few steps at work, probably 5,000 or 6,000, so this will just be icing on the cake. The old trying to make up for lost walking for the last 2 days. Still a lot of traffic along here, so a couple blocks I'll be able to duck into the residential neighborhood and amp up the peace and quiet quotient. It's perfectly clear out tonight, but it seems extra dark for some reason. See the moon up there? And a planet. Looks nice. It'd be nice to be out of the light pollution. See all the stars. Yeah, it's recycle day. Got off the main drag, so quite a bit quieter now. My father-in-law's cooking always makes me gassy. Must use spices that my body's not used to. Good thing I'm out here by myself. Because of the golf course, this is kind of a funny route I have to take. I gotta head east so that I can go north and then west again. Because there's no open area to walk through unless I stuck to the busier main street. I think this is a seniors neighborhood, or over 55. And from what I can see of their recycles, they don't eat a lot of pizza. That must be a younger family thing. No pizza boxes. Interesting. We talked about having to help my wife's teacher move, dance teacher, just because I happen to be around. Well, I have this friend. He's a good friend, good guy. But he was coaching, I think it was slow pitch, the ladies' team. Well, he took a liking to this one gal, and apparently I became his wingman because he somehow coerced me into helping her move, because she coerced him into helping her move. And the place she lived in, this was middle of summer, probably 30 degrees, and the place she lived in was like, there was a 2-story townhouse and then an apartment on top of it. It was kind of a weird setup. And of course, where did she live? Right at the top. So, in his efforts to woo this girl, I had to help him help her move in the blazing heat. So, not sure what I was getting out of this. I knew I wasn't getting any kind of loving from it. But there I was, helping move this girl that I hardly even knew out of this apartment. The good news was, her new place was a ground level place. Unfortunately, I don't think he got anywhere with her. And all I got was a sore back. Oh, the things you do when you're young and chasing a gal. Kind of walking on the road in some spots here because some of the sidewalks just seem to have a thin layer of ice on them. This is what it looks like when somebody never shovels their driveway. It's like 5 inches thick. Okay, 4 inches thick. By the look of people's recycling, the pizza places are in trouble. People must be cutting back everywhere. Went out of my way tonight to do a duck date. I even went through the Keyhole Crescent too. my heart wasn't into it, but I did it anyways. We'll see how the ducks are doing shortly here. Sadly, it's too dark to see them. Their pond got bigger. You won't know that from this, but I don't even see a duck anymore. Where'd they go? Stayed here all winter, and then when it got warmer, they left. All you can see is a reflection of people's deck lights or Christmas lights on the pond. It seems weird to me that they would stay there all winter and then move on, but maybe there was better water and food source for them to move along to. It's amazing what a difference an hour or so makes on the traffic volume. Usually 10 cars have passed me along here. I'm kind of an hour later out walking than I normally am, and looks like people pack it in for the night. Well, I'm gonna have to say the pizza quota is way down on people's recycling, and Amazon boxes seem to be on the way up. I guess people are preferring material things to pizza. Well, my knees are feeling this trip today. Last 2 days I was moving equipment around and was low down in the rack, so I was on my knees and standing up and on my knees and standing up. Sort of a good workout. And I was getting the steps in at work. So like I said, this tonight will be the icing on the cake for today anyways. Okay, made it home. Seemed like a long walk. Let's see how we did. Okay, that was 6.48 kilometers. I probably could have walked a more direct route, but I decided to duck into the residential for a little bit more peace and quiet and to do a duck date. I'm sad to see them gone, but I hope they moved on to something better. And I did 13,300 steps total today. That includes what I did at work and this little walk, so a good pace. Not quite as fast as it should have been, but good enough. Until the next one.